go to flipsidegaming.com. Use promo code 6 for 10% off on orders over $10. It's a good deal and it helps support the show. Ooh, what's up, Planeswalkers? Theurx's back with some more Magic the Gathering Arena. Let's get ready to rumble. So today, we're playing a bit of the Planeception. Not Planeception, is it? Whatever. We're Planecation, that's what it is. We're doing the Dominaria standard shakeup, and my ugly mug is in the way, so I'm just going to yeet myself over here. And as you can see, we get essentially normal standard, except these cards are banned. Notably, these are cards from the big decks in the format. Notably, not a lot of cards taken from Grixis. I did make a Grixis deck, and I played it a little. I think I played it once. I want to say I played it once, got a win with it, and I was like, okay, this is fine. But then I was like, you know what? I've been trying to make a damn Jund deck for the longest time, so we're just going to go ahead and make a Jund deck, and I decided to make a Jund aggro deck. Because why? Because I can. Because I wanted everyone to die. So here is my Jund deck. Good old Jund them dead. We've got 4 Knight of the Ebon Legion. This is a fantastic early game card because it can scale very nicely, and if you are coming against a larger deck, something with bigger creatures, then you can go ahead and hold it on defense and have a Death Touch creature, which is going to really dissuade your opponents from attacking while you settle up your burn and or giving your creatures menace or have some flyers out. Also running 2 Gutterbones just to kind of pad out our 1-drop slot. That said, we only have 2 of them instead of the full 4 because we wanted to not only run a little bit of burn, but we also wanted to make sure that we did have a good enough top end to deal with some of the other large decks running around. 2 Shocks, very helpful. There are plenty of fast decks as well running around. Merfolk, I believe, is the one that I find most often, so this is helpful at dealing with some individual ones that are really frustrating. 4 Dreadhorde Butchers, 4 Zhur-Taa Goblins. This scales real nice. This obviously doesn't scale nearly as well, but it is a 2/2 that comes out with haste, which is nice, or you can make it a good old 3/3 on defense. That said, Dreadhorde Butcher is like the pièce de resistance here. There were other 2-drops that I was considering running that aren't in here for some reason, but whatever, it's fine. 4 Lightning Strikes. We're an aggro deck. We want to make sure we have reach. Also, this can kill things, which is helpful. 3 Judiths. We're an aggro deck. Judith not only makes our creatures larger, but our non-token creatures, which we have 1 token creator in the deck, means that when they die, our opponent dies. It's great. 4 Spellbreaker, his Riot, Trample, and on your turn, it can't be targeted. It's pretty damn good. It's a good card. What do you want? 3 Domri, Anarch, Bolas. Fantastic card because 1, it's a buff to all of our creatures, which is great. 2, it allows us to weave more plays a little bit earlier on, or just allows us to play 2 things at once when otherwise we couldn't. And that nice removal where we can use one of our creatures to hit something. Notably, for example, we can have our Dreadhorde Butcher maybe take the dive in order to deal more damage than we otherwise would have. For example, if for some reason our opponent plays a 4 toughness creature after we have a Dreadhorde Butcher on 2 power, then we can use Domri to kill that thing and still play like a Gruul Spellbreaker with haste and attack on in. Spawn of Mayhem is a 3-drop. Don't let its mana cost fool you. This is a flying trampler that just gets bigger and bigger, and it's so good. It's so good. 2 Angrath, Captain of Chaos. He's here essentially because he gives our creatures menace, just really difficult for our opponents to block them, especially profitably. And then being able to make a dork here and there is quite the helpful backup. And then, of course, 2 Skarrgan Hellkites. There were several other cards I could have put in the 5-drop slot. However, I figured Skarrgan was a bit better because this is a card that can haste in the air in that late game. You know, Bantu can give us a little bit more long game, but long game isn't what we're looking for. We're looking to murder our opponents as fast as possible. Ronus is nice if our creatures have menace, but otherwise, they gain vigilance, not trample. Like, sure, we have big dudes. If they can still get blocked by chumps, like, it's not going to win us the game. And then, of course, Regisaur Alpha is decent. You know, has that 3 power haste. It doesn't work with any else in our deck. We could have played Regisaur or Rotting Regisaur. Too many damn Regisaurs in this game. But, you know, it just wasn't as good as Skarrgan seemed to be. Now, we're running 23 lands. Essentially, it's just a full set of the shocks as well, except -1 of the black. I think it's the black-red. No, it can be black-red. Green? Black-green. Is black-green check land. This would be slightly better if we were able to play a knight on turn 1. However, this hand is fine. A single additional mana means that we're good for like the rest of the game. Turn 1 blue into a Siren, so that is a little unfortunate. However, we not only got the land we're looking for, but we can play this out early. We can start attacking We have Dreadhorde Butcher, always nice. So our opponent seems to be on flyers. Seems reasonable. Flyers didn't really lose anything here. Let's see what my opponent does. Goes for another Storm Tamer. Absolutely fine. Now, what I'm going to do here is, you probably guessed it, go and play a Dreadhorde Butcher and attack. Just going to attack with both, and if my opponent decides to block, I kill both of his creatures. Literally 2 birds with 1 stone. If he doesn't block, then he's also going to be in for a pretty bad time. Yeah, alright, it didn't block. My board is now relatively large, and my opponent is really going to need something here. I don't know if this deck is going to be playing counterspells, but frankly, I doubt it. So we have access to literally anything in our hands. They do have the white up, so they could definitely have Rally of Wings here. They definitely could have Rally of Wings that gives +2/+2. So I think what I'm going to do here is play out a Judith. And once again, Smork! Let's see if we see a Rally of Wings. We don't. Our board is better than yours. Next turn we have a Spellbreaker to come down. Opponent on 4 mana. Winged Words. Drawing some cards. Whoever wins, that does not do enough. You're attacking me. Six, 9. Domri's +3. I think the correct decision here is Domri. I'm not going to take damage from this knight, but I believe the correct decision is to Domri, Smork my opponent, and then fight Judith onto Fairy, which kills my opponent. There we go. That's how the deck works. We just Jund him out. I wanted to play Jund, and I got there, darn it. So I will say, other than the first win, all of these wins have been with this deck. I don't think I lost any of them. No, I don't think so. So I played Bolas twice. The first one I don't remember who I beat, but the second one I played against Merfolk and I died horribly. Then I made the Jund deck. Crap, I played against like elves, dinosaurs twice, I think. So I don't have any 1-drops or 2-drops in this hand. So that's a mulligan for me. This is kind of also bad, but we at least have a shock to deal with something that they start with, so this is a little bit better. And we'll go ahead and take out, I guess, a Dragonskull Summit. Well, I'm going to do this on turn 1. Yeah, this is fine, actually. And we're fine taking the damage because we want to be able to shock something just in case. As the world crackles around us. My camera is just always. Firebrand? How rude. I think Steamkin is... I'm like legit going through my history to double check the cards that are not legal. Whatever, it's fine. So might not attack here. Not that I decided to. Do I shock that? Nah. Cool. So now I can play this and hold up my shock. Trying to find... That's not the plancation thing. Where are you? So that will die. But I have to wait till after my opponent attacks. I need them to attack with the Firebrand as well. Damn. So if I block, then my knight just dies. If I shock, I essentially lose my shock. But he would have to use his Firebrand to kill off my knight. I think this is fine. I'm trading a 1-drop for a 2-drop, so I think that's okay. So I could Domri plus to shock this, but I'd be a little worried that Domri would have to die. Standard ShakeUp. So Steamkin is Banadidode. Oh, well, that's my Judith dying. So my opponent here is playing Sacdos. Flooding out with 23 lands. It's not nice. Not really a reason to play Domri here, I don't think. Yeah, I mean that's just unfortunate. Jeez. Opponent had a great hand. I'm probably just going to concede if I draw another land. Luckily, free entry. But yeah, this not great. Alright, cool. So we'll see. My opponent can definitely kill my knight here, but it would take a little bit of their board. So that has to die. So what I'm going to do first is block here. Then I'm going to kill Judith. Then my opponent's going to sack the Firebrands to get maximal damage. I am surprised by that. So in response to this one, I'm going to do this. And then my opponent will have to do both of these. No, my opponent will only have to do one. So if I do this, if I let that go through, then do it, then he hit me in the face. So yeah, so I should do this now. And my opponent sacks that, targets my knight. With Mayhem Devil targets the knight. And I end up taking 1 damage. I still need big card. Dragon would be nice. Zhur-Taa Goblin. So I can Domri here to try and kill their Mayhem Devil. I'd lose my Domri. I could try and fight the Fanatical Firebrands. Then Firebrand kills Domri anyway.
Nothing like a bit of violence now and then.
If I hit this, probably just kill that. Although I still have a blocker. Sack. Could target there and then do both those. Sure. This might seem the weirdest one, but I think this is fine.
Ravnica deserves its demise. Any skirmish you can walk away.
No, is he going to use the
right?
Firebrand? Okay. I don't know, maybe I should have just killed that. It's hard. I mean, we drew relatively poorly. 49. How did my opponent draw cards? I mulliganed once. I went second, didn't I? Maybe I went first this game. Getting some low value cards here. This grows. So my opponent can either kill my goblin or buff his knight. Obviously, I'm gonna kill the goblin. I didn't think dragon saves me here. Not a dragon, so that's a death. Unfortunate. Definitely unfortunate. You know, I miss Modern. I miss the good old days when I could... This damn avatar is everywhere, and it's so annoying. I just hate seeing it. This is a fucking keeper if I've ever seen one. Turn 2, turn 3. Burn my opponent with her ugly, smug Chandra. What was I saying? Right. I miss the good old days of Modern when you know, I could play a fair deck and expect to actually be able to win. Birthing Pod? Oh no, that's banned. That's too strong. It's too good. Oh, what do you mean that Birthing Pod would just die before they even get a chance to do anything? What do you mean? What are you saying? Splinter Twin? Oh no, that card also banned. For what it's worth, I've never played Splinter Twin, but it's kind of ridiculous that Splinter Twin was banned. We're dealing with this nonsense situation. Oh, Duress. Good lightning strike get. Good job. Too bad you're getting smorked. How are you going to play blue-black control and not have Thought Erasure? He says as he remembers that he played Grixis. Oh, opponent. I feel nothing for your suffering. One more land and I start Hellkiting you. That killed one of my creatures. Jund. Play a little bit more. Yeah, Modern has like ebbs and flows, I guess. Because right now it's just fucking garbage. It's not fun to watch. It's the same deck. Not even the same deck, it's like the same card. Like, I have to blame a card. I need another land. If, like, one of these was a black-red, or a red land, I probably would have kept it. But I think I have to mulligan that. This is okay, though. Probably drop a Woodland Cemetery. Yeah, I think I drop a Woodland Cemetery. Put this tapped, and then just start playing these. Start goblining my opponent's face. Right on in. But yeah, I used to play Birthing Pod. Then that got banned. Sad times. Yeah, we're just haste. We're smoking. You know, even Death and Taxes now, like you kind of have to play Eldrazi, to kind of compete. But even then, like the format's just so degenerate. Red black.
You must be mad to tussle with me.
What's on Mardu?
Be more than law and order.
That's what I'm doing on Mardu. I assume this is gonna die. Cast down, okay. Mardu Control, I guess? Oh, interesting. Seems like it might be a little slow. Airbag's a little slow. But that's what these tests are for. Cool. I'll play all of these, yeah.
I've lived with animals my entire life. Explains a lot, actually.
So next turn I can make my knight larger to kill something of his. I'm hoping it's not the Seraph. Although I guess if they get another land, their Seraph is like the thing they're going to use. But I can fight something with my knight because it'll be a 6, 7, 5, 5. Shut up. So probably Seraph here. Yeah. Well, that may change something. Damn it. Because I don't want to actually lose my Knight of the Ebon Legion.
No more getting pushed around.
The double block. I'm fine with that. Next turn, I can still make this a 5/5. Yeah, that is absolutely fine to me. Can kill that and get on in. Shock.
We are the many.
So down to 8, functional 6, because I do have a shack. They're not really going to want to play the Spawn of Mayhem. If I draw land, then I can play Judith and still buff my knight. Ooh, that's no good, Chief.
Anyone who stands in my way is getting sizzled.
So that's getting -3'd. I mean, I can shock it. I feel like I just have to ignore her.
Bye-bye.
Shit. I messed that up.
I bow to no one.
No, you know what? That was dumb. I should have hit Chandra. I got frazzled by messing that up. Because my opponent should just -3 the Chandra. Then they go down to 4. And I would need exactly Dragon. And even then, if they play a 5-drop. So Chandra could -2 to exile my Judith. Which it looks like, yeah.
Exploded.
That's an interesting tactic. So now they can play something big and my Gutterbones is fucked. Yep. And then I drew a land. I guess I just mismanaged that game. Ugh. Yeah, I mismanaged that game. Ugly Chandra again. This hand's a keeper. Go a little slower. Go more for the long game. Paid off. Now, we have won the event, but I'm gonna play another one, because I want to. I appreciate everyone who checked out the the video from yesterday. Oops. The tier list, because it was fun to make. I like doing memes, you know, from time to time, so definitely check that out. And make your own tier list. I know tier lists are like an old meme by this point, but it's just fun. Legacy. Speaking of Legacy, I think Legacy is a great format. Legacy is so fun. Ooh. I need 1 land, and this is okay because Knight can just use itself. With a red land, it's a god hand. I believe the most lands in the deck are red. You know, y'all, we already won. We already got what we're looking for, so we're gonna just try it out. Yeah, Legacy is just so fun and diverse. And you could say like, oh, but Legacy is a format where you die in like turn 1. Not really. Like Legacy has so much interaction. Like if Modern had Force of Will, we would be seeing Hogak. We wouldn't be seeing this nonsense, right? Like there are tons of ways where you can lose really early in the game. But there's so much interplay in Legacy that I think it's honestly probably the best format. It's fine. Just need 1 land. Just 1 land. That's all I need. Come on. Might want to be on defense this game. Bum. Bum 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 bum. Yeah, I'm fucked. Alright. Don't keep a 2-lander. I'm not counting that. Legacy as a format, though, is so interactive. The sideboard matters. Like, the thing... So, okay. The thing about Standard, right, is that this sounds weird, but the power level is at a point where getting behind is so much harder to come back from. Because there's only so much that your cards can do. Now, I know I said don't keep a 2-lander, but this is different. I have 3 Knight of the Ebon Legions, so obviously I'm going to keep this. But, for example, like, you know, you get far behind against mono red, right? The best card that you can have against them isn't necessarily going to put you in a good enough situation. Yeah, it's better just to play this, give that counter. Whereas in Legacy, since the power level of the individual cards is higher, it means that getting far behind isn't as detrimental. It's still detrimental, but it's not as detrimental because that one card could put you far enough back into the game where you can slowly accrue that value back and get back. That's rude. I'm playing black-green? The fuck is this nonsense? Do still need 1 more lands, but, you know, it's fine, I guess. Should have saved that Legion's End for my 3 Knight hands. If this motherfucker has another Legion's End in his hand. Oh, they're playing Jund as well. Alright, well, you know what? Mad respect. My opponent has to be kicking himself at this point. I can't wait for the damn Cryocanium, though. Oh my god, please kill one. Oh shit, no, I don't have any basics! I don't have any basics! No. No, I don't have any basics. Remember, kids, always play at least 1 basic. What the hell deck is this? Oh, hell yeah, bud. So I could play Judith, but fuck that. I'm playing Spawn. Well, Spawn might get exiled with... Okay, so I have no idea what my opponent is playing. Okay, I'm confused. You know, just go open some packs. Jund aggro in a meta where you don't have all of these Risen Reeves and these flash decks and things is actually a legitimate contender. Actually, I wonder how many rotating cards are in here. So we'd have to lose those. So really, I mean, like the mana base gets a little worse, but you know, it's still ignoring the lands because you know you can fill those out with if you have to basics, but other things as well. This deck could theoretically see a bit of play in the coming standard because you know nothing says winning formats like just killing your opponent. I like it. Good time. Good time. I have this draft deck that seems like it is actually insane. Look at how many like I'm playing actual blue-white flyers. I've only played what, like 1 game, but I assume no one cares about drafts, so that's why I haven't played on the channel. But you know, it'll be there for a little while. If you want to see the rest of these games on the channel, let me know in the comments. I'd like to thank, of course, my lovely patrons, especially Salamanders in Rexel Croft and Furry God, for the continued support. If you'd like to join them and supporting the channel, you can find links to that down in the description below, or you just press that join button and become a channel member today. I do let my mouth... No, I let my head get ahead of my mouth. I don't know how the saying goes. Whatever. If you've liked this video, which I hope you did, go ahead and tap that like button, add a subscription to your mana pool, cast a comment in the comment section down below, pass the turn and the vid to some of your friends, and of course, until next time, all will be one.